is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's game is between your 8-0 Strath Haven Panthers and the 1-7 Lower Merion Bulldogs.
He has room off the left side, and look out. 45-50, 40-30. Shane Green pulling away, and he will go 67 yards. Shotgun look for a Wildcat look, and Solomon takes the snap, looking for a receiver. He'll be buried in the backfield. Quinkel.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Tobbs, Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Ask, alumni and friends supporting kids, helping students K-12 to enhance their educational experience. Rose Tree Wellness Center, complete chiropractic treatments, featuring ART therapies in media. We get to the root of the problem. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Scar Pagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter. Go Haven! The Wharton Benefits Group, specializing in creating employee benefit packages to attract, retain, and award the best employees. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
If you read our 50-yard line column earlier this week, it was discussed the concept of momentum for the Strath Haven Panthers this week and this year. It's been a couple of months worth of momentum coming off a Central League title and District 1 title a year ago and rattling off 8 straight wins to start this 2024 season. For Lower Merion, a win over Conestoga broke a different kind of momentum. Winless through the first 2 months, the Aces, with a 40-38 victory over Conestoga 7 days ago, has given them a shot to put together a win streak and play spoiler in the Central League and District 1 5A playoff standings. So thank you for joining us live right here today at Lower Merion High School. 1 o'clock kickoff between the Aces and Panthers, and we're thrilled to bring it to you right here on HavenFootball.net. Good afternoon, everybody. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play once again, and happy to be back. Missed the action last week as Strath Haven took care of Harriton in their second shutout of the season, but Andrew and Mike and Pete and the gang did a great job with that, of course, and we're, like I said, just thrilled to bring the action to you every weekend through the high school football season, which is suddenly winding down here as we come to week 9 of the regular season and amping up for what hopes to be a lengthy playoff run for the Strath Haven Panthers here, sitting at 8-0, trying to keep a step ahead of Springfield and Haverford, both with 1 loss in the Central League after last night's action. And the Panthers today, with a win, would clinch their 14th Central League championship, or at least a share of it. And, of course, next week, a massive showdown Friday night at George L. King Field, where the Panthers will host Springfield for really the Central League title. A chance to share it if Springfield can knock off the Panthers next Friday night and share it with Haverford. Or the Panthers can win it outright for the first time in a few years. And that being said, head coach Kevin Clancy doesn't want to hear anything about next week. They have a game to play today. And looking past the current opponent, this is an offense for Lower Merion that put 40 points on the board last week, has had some explosive plays all season long. They've really been on the seesaw. They've had a few games where they've been shut out entirely, and then other games where you have 3 or 4 guys that can score from almost anywhere on the field. So, Pete, the Panthers have to be ready to play some defense today against a Lower Merion spread attack that, has a few weapons.
Yeah, Brian, they have to be ready. You know, I'm sure they're looking ahead to next Friday night's battle with Springfield, but they have to be ready to play this game. They don't want to just take it for granted and make a few turnovers and give Lower Merion, thinking, well, maybe we can pull this big upset. And this would be the icing on the cake for Lower Merion. But as long as the Panthers play their game smart, don't turn the ball over, I think they'll be fine.
Well, that is the hope indeed for the Silver and Black. As, again, a 62-0 whitewashing over an undermanned Harriton squad last week. Look, the story for the Panthers this year has been the defense. The offense has been explosive as well, but allowing just 8 points per game, this Panther defense has bent a little bit, especially between, say, the 20-yard lines. But, time after time, managed to keep teams off the scoreboard for the most part. So, when you're facing a spread offense with a good quarterback like Nick DeLuca, who has 10 total touchdowns between running and passing, and has some scrambling ability, the Panthers' front four should be tested. But, boy, they got a boost last week in getting Vince Hales back into the action, right?
Yes, they did. And the one thing, Brian, if you look at their season as a whole, the one weakness the Panthers have, and it's usually in the first quarter, is they're giving up too many runs up the middle. They did that against Pencrest, even Conestoga, and even Radnor was moving the ball in the first quarter. Then they adjust in the second quarter, and they have their momentum the rest of the way. But you don't want to start out that way like next week against Springfield. You want to make sure your running game against you is held in check, and that's the one area they got to be careful about.
And certainly today, that could give them a little bit of a test. We mentioned already that, the record for Lower Merion this year now at just 1-7. Last week, just their first win. But in that victory, after throwing 3 interceptions fairly early in the game, the Lower Merion offense head coach Joe Augustine and Nick DeLuca, the quarterback. It was mentioned in the article last week in the Daily Local. That DeLuca came to him and said, look, we can run the football. And boy, did they ever, with a pair of running backs going for almost 150 yards. Senior tailbacks Andrew Payne, 13 carries for 147 yards and a touchdown. And Shane Hermosasima went for 17 carries for 143 and 2 scores. So, you had a pair of guys for over 140 yards. There was a commitment to the run game, and even to the point where they used one of their big linemen, Keyshawn Miller, in short yardage, and had one of the big guys as a fullback had a short touchdown run. So, this is a team that has shown they can adjust on the fly. When the passing game isn't clicking, then, hey, we'll try to run it at you. So the Panthers need to be ready.
You know what else? If you look at the season as a whole, Brian, if you look back at all the games, I would bet, I don't have the stats in front of me, but our time of possession is much less than our opponents. Does that mean we're getting beat? No, it means that we're scoring quickly. But our opponents are definitely holding the ball a lot. They're using more ground game. They're using clock. So far, it hasn't hurt us. I'm just hoping that when we get to the playoffs, something like that doesn't come back to bite us, because time of possession has definitely been with our opponent's favor.
As long as the Panther offense keeps putting it in the end zone, that is not a factor. But, right. Yes, if you can't put points on the board, that can certainly be a challenge.
Speaking of those time of possession numbers, Pete, I've got them in front of me.
Good. What are they?
Average per game, Strath Haven's held the ball for 20 minutes and 21 seconds. Our opponents have held it for 27 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah, almost a half a quarter's difference, a little more than half a quarter's difference, right?
Yeah, just about eight minutes, 7.5, 8 minutes.
Well, at one game, Conestoga, we had it 10 seconds.
Right, through the first quarter and a half, right?
And they had the lead.
Right. Captains are meeting at midfield for the Panthers. Shane Green, Vince Hales, James Fisher, and Alexi Gustafson left to right. And for the Aces, number 10, you'll hear his name a lot today, Nick DeLuca. He punts, he kicks, he's the quarterback. He's a busy football player every week. And certainly one of his favorite targets wears number 2. That's Jace Rothberg standing next to him. And the 2 running backs that I mentioned already, Andrew Payne, number 3, and number 23, Shane Hermosasima. So those guys will be ready to go here momentarily, and we'll have the opening kickoff coming up fairly soon. So glad you're joining us, either live or on the archive today. We will review at halftime some of the scores from last night. We will hope to get some score updates from some afternoon games today, namely Chester and Penwood, and Academy Park hosting Muhlenberg for their homecoming today. So those are two big games in terms of 5A playoff seeding. And in the meantime, we are getting ready, I believe, for the national anthem, but we'll wait for a cue from the public address announcer first. So, again, we'll have plenty to say at halftime, but thanks again to all of our sponsors for making this happen every week, and especially leading into week 9 and 10 here to wrap up the regular season and what hopefully is a busy November for playoff football. We'll still waiting to see who's... Oh, here we go. We're going to play the national anthem. Okay. All right. We're going to take a short time out. Be back for the Star Spangled Banner and the opening kickoff. Glad you're joining us live on the archive on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
As the game is played,
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
There's the Star Spangled Banner from Arnold Field, and we are ready to rock and roll here for Week 9 football action.
We do have one score update. This was a much earlier start time. At halftime, Conwell Egan leads Carroll 14-0.
All right, thank you, Andrew. We'll try to keep you posted on that one as well. And a few other games of note mentioned already, Penwood and Chester, and Muhlenberg at Academy Park this afternoon. There's Souderton and Council Rock. We'll see if we can get updates from up in Suburban 1. And then Upper Merion and Pope John Paul up in the PAC as well. One other big one, believe it or not, for possible playoff seeding and a matchup next week in the crossover game. Owen J. Roberts hosting Springford. That's a 2 o'clock start today, so maybe we'll get things posted. I'll get more into that at halftime as to why that might be important for 5A football fans. All right, Jace Rothberg and number 11, Thomas Burke, stand deep to return. And freshman kicker Matt Steyer has it teed and ready to go for the Panthers from the 40, and we are underway. High end over end kick. It'll come down to Rothberg at the 9-yard line. Looking for room up the hash, tries to bounce it outside, and the Panthers on him quickly. That is good work there by Burke and Tyler Slaughter to wrap him up at the 25-yard line. All right, Lower Merion offense today. includes Nick DeLuca at quarterback, Andrew Payne and Chris Cook. Andrew Payne at running back, and we'll see Shane Hermosisima as well. Chris Cook, Jace Rothberg, and Thomas Burke are at wide receiver. C.J. Morgan actually out of the lineup now, just a late scratch with an injury, so we'll see who checks in at tight end or a slot. But center is Ethan Jackson, Jackson Hart, Sebastian Soto-Ortiz, and Keyshawn Miller and Charles Welch round out the offensive line. On 1st and 10 from the 25, it's Hermosisima in motion and now takes the swing pass to the left side, and he is tracked down quickly. Vince Hales drops him in the backfield. They'll lose a yard on that one. Nice work there in pursuit from the front four. Shane Mulhern in the mix as well. It'll be 2nd down and 11. We'll get to the Panther defense momentarily, but as expected, Lower Merion will go no huddle most of the time, so there may not be much time for chatter in between plays when Lower Merion has the football today. Twins to either side on 2nd 11. DeLuca back, looking left, dumps outside, and catching it on one knee out near the 30 is number 11, Burke. So they pick up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 5, and quickly to the line. Lower Merion ready to go again. Maybe after this play, we'll get to the Panther defense as in terms of the starters.
That was 13 on the reception.
Oh, thank you.
Not 11.
13, thank you. Good work. That's Henry Ingram on the grab. In motion goes Cook, and they give inside. This is Payne with running room up the middle. He has 1st down yardage out to the 45-yard line before Grayson LaFrance dumps him. But 1st and 10 for Lower Merion. All right, Panther defense today includes Jai Curtis, Nick Faribault, Alexi Gustafson, and Vince Hales, your front four. James Fisher, Shane Green, and Luke Mulhern, your linebackers. Grayson LaFrance and Jalen Starr on the corners. Safeties Quinn Kell and Ben Milligan. But from the 45, Lower Merion ready to go here. 2 backs in the backfield. Hermosisima, they fake it to him, and rolling this way is DeLuca. Eyes downfield, he'll dump underneath to Payne, and he's wrapped up. But picks up Strath Haven territory before Quinn Kell dumps him at the 48-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, and as expected, Lower Merion offense, as we said, has some threats.
Yeah, they're definitely moving the ball on the Panthers here. They got a couple of 1st downs, and they're very impressive so far.
Right to the line again. 3 wide receivers to the left this time, to the far side of the field. Thomas Burke at the bottom of your screen, and DeLuca on 2nd and 3. It's Hermosisima looking for running room. Finds his way for a couple, and then wrapped up by
Shane Hermosisima picks up a yard.
Wrapped up by Curtis and Gustafson. Maybe a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. See if the Panthers' front four can get some pressure here. Lower Merion's done well to get it out of DeLuca's hands quickly. He's a good athlete back there, can dodge pressure at times as well. On 3rd and 2, DeLuca looking left, fires, and it is swatted down. Great job by Vince Hales. They got the pressure they needed, and incomplete it falls. And 4th and 2, decision time here for Coach Augustine.
Yeah, they're right past the 50 there. It's 4th and 2. I don't know. It looks like they're going for it, Brian.
Yeah.
This is a little risky this early in the game, but they're trying.
4th and 2 from the plus side of the 50, kind of in no man's land here.
Yeah.
It's not too long of a distance.
Yeah,
it's
good punt, though.
Definitely a decent shot to
good punt could put
pick
him
it up.
down in the 20, though.
All right, Cook split to the far side. They go tight end to the near side this time. That's Paul Mezzi McMahon.
Big man
3 backs in the backfield. They give it to Hermosisima, and he has himself a 1st down. Good push up front, and they put Keyshawn Miller, the big guy in the backfield, as a lead blocker, and nice cut to his left there to pick up the 1st down at the Haven 44. So a couple of 1st downs here for Lower Merion. Clock ticks.
On the 44.
9:20 to go here in quarter number 1. And again, no huddle for Lower Merion. Andrew Payne on the left hip of DeLuca. 1st and 10 from the Haven 44. DeLuca looking left. He'll dump it to the flat, and incomplete it falls. Cook had his eyes upfield before he looked it in that time. He'd like to have that one back. And
you know, Brian, this game's starting like a lot of the Haven games. Their opponents have 1st quarter success, and then Haven usually tightens it up. So let's see if that trend continues this afternoon.
Rothberg split to the far side. Cook comes to the near side, sets up in the slot next to Thomas Burke. Payne in the backfield. Cook comes in motion. They give it to Payne, looking for running room, spins away from one man, has some positive yardage to the Haven 34. First down yardage once again, give him 11. So Payne, a couple of carries for 25 yards already.
34.
As Cook checks out, and that's the third first down already for the Aces offense. Hermosima and Cook both in the backfield. Cook one more time off the left side, tries to go wide, and Shane Green slings him down. They'll lose a couple right there. Good work by Green reading it.
Shane Green.
And they'll lose
two on the play.
Back to the 34, 36 rather.
Panthers have to use their speed the way they did that play. I mean, Lower Merion has some good power runners, but I think Haven's speed could be the difference in stopping that once they adjust to the runs.
Teams that have tried to go laterally alongside or parallel to the line of scrimmage don't seem to have much success against Strath Haven. They've had more fun running straight north-south. Cook comes in motion on 2nd and 12. They'll float it out here to the flat, incomplete. It falls. Luke Mulhern was closing quickly.
12 coming up.
Tough throw to complete there, and especially with the linebacker bearing down on you. That stops the clock with 7:58 to go here in the opening quarter. Lower Merion on the move. They started this drive back at the 25-yard line. Still likely 4-down territory here. But the Aces would love to pick it up here on 3rd and 12. Empty backfield this time. 5 wide receivers for Nick DeLuca, who's back, quarterback draw, looking for running room and has it. Steps up to the 30-yard line and tumbles to about the 29. Turns it to 4th and 4.
DeLuca keeps it himself.
So gain of 8.
Yardage brought down by Luke Mulhern.
Luke Mulhern on the stop.
4th and 4 coming up.
All right, here we go. Payne checks out. Hermosima checks in. And again, it's 4 wide receivers for Lower Merion. 4th and about 4. Panther defense trying to get off the field for the first time. DeLuca looking, has time, steps up, dumps underneath. It's complete. Hermosima is awfully close to a first down. I think they'll give it to him. If they give him the 25, they have enough, and they do. Have a first down. Hermosima needed 4 yards and got it. So not big chunk passing plays thus far. DeLuca, 4 out of 7 for just 16 yards, but that's the 4th first down already for Lower Merion to start today.
Yeah, they're mixing the run and the pass, which is really effective.
Ingram, split to the top of your screen to the far side. 3 receivers to the bottom. And DeLuca gives to Hermosima, going nowhere that time. And in quickly is Vince Hales once again. Maybe a yard.
Vince Hales.
For the senior tailback.
2nd and 9 coming up.
3 carries for just 6 yards, and like I said, nothing eye-popping on the stat sheet just yet, but
just
it's
time
been
just
effective.
time of possession.
Time of possession, how about that? Yep.
Yeah, that's a trend.
Panther offense has yet to snap the football here as we're coming up on the 6-minute mark of quarter number 1. 2nd and 9 for the Aces. From the 24, pistol look this time. And they'll give it Hermosima looking for room off the left side again, and Mulhern says no. They'll drop him for a couple loss of 2 more.
Down in the backfield by Luke Mulhern.
And Panther linebackers off to a good start here in the run game.
And when they try that one side, Brian, the speed of the Panther linebackers is just catching up to those running backs. Lower Merion does much better running right at you here so far.
Clock ticks, 5:44, 5:43 and counting to play in a fast-moving first quarter. Lower Merion now 3rd and 11. Panther defense trying to get off the field here. DeLuca back, has time, steps up in the pocket, loses his footing, and that's with Jai Curtis right in his face. Drops him back at the 34.
DeLuca,
it'll bring up 4th down and
long. In the backfield.
They'll lose a few more as Jai picks up his 4th sack of the season.
Touches him down. It's going to be a 4th and 20 coming up.
And 4th and almost 20 coming up, I believe. Let's see.
I think 4th and 20, I would punt. Even though, they're inside the 40,
well,
I still would punt.
DeLuca is the punter, and they have punted out of this shotgun formation in the past. So we'll see. DeLuca, 4th and long here. Trying to get off, keep things going here. eyes downfield, but he's running out of time. Steps up, scrambles away from Hales, and they're going to get him anyway. Hales got up off the deck to make another sack. Back-to-back sacks for Curtis and Hales, and the Panthers will take over out near midfield.
Hales is having an unbelievable quarter. He's all over the field.
Boy, have they missed him.
Yes, they have.
Vince was injured in the first half of the Pencrest game back in week 2. So they've, really the strength of this team coming into the season for the Panthers was expected to be their front four, and a big part of that was gone. And now here you've got Riley at tight end, who's split to the near side, but on first down they give to Shane Green. Right up the middle he goes, and Green picks up 10 or 11 maybe on first down, and the Panthers move the chains. All right, Panther offense. We'll get them introduced here. Caden Schuster at quarterback. Shane Green had that last carry. He's your fullback. Ben Milligan and James Fisher are the halfbacks. We'll see Vince Hales as well. John Riley at tight end along with Alexi Gustafson. Mike Flanagan, your center. Nick Faribault and Cooper Murley, the guards. Sean O'Neill and Phil Collins are your tackles. On 1st and 10, this is James Fisher looking for room off the right side. Finds a few out near the hash mark, and he's wrapped up there by a host of
James Fisher on the
Lower
carry,
Merion
picks up
defenders,
2.
including Big 77
Second and 8
Sebastian
coming up.
Soto Ortiz. We'll get to the Lower Merion defense momentarily. But again, this is a nice spot to start with the football here for the Panthers. They took over at their own 45, and now you're going to end up with, I think, offsides here. Yeah, tough penalty there for Lower Merion pre-snap. Got a little anxious on the far edge of the formation. So the Panthers will get a free 5
Offsides called
and
against
march
the
this
defense.
down to about the 37.
That'll bring it forward 5 yards.
All right.
2nd and 3.
Turns it to 2nd down and 3. Caden Schuster breaks the huddle with 2 tight ends. John Riley, the sophomore, to the near side. Milligan is the halfback on the wing to the far side. Gives to Green again, straight up the middle, pulling away, stiff arm at the 25, and he's dumped at the 20. Shane Green for 17 more and another first down. Green averaging 10.7 yards per carry coming into the game today, and 14 touchdowns on the ground for the season.
Most of his big plays, Brian, are right up the middle. He doesn't run wide as much as Fisher, but up the middle, he's unbelievable.
Lower Merion defense weakened in the middle a little bit without C.J. Morgan today. We'll come back to that in a moment here when we introduce the defense. Give on first down, it's Fisher looking for room on the edge. Turns the corner, down the far sideline, and James Fisher will be in for the touchdown. Panthers on the board first as it's Fisher from the 20.
Fisher to the side, Green up the middle. That's the way the Panthers approach their games, and it's very successful.
Matt Steyer on for the extra point. James Fisher's 14th rushing touchdown of the season. And Steyer, 8 out of 9 last week on extra points. Out of the hold of Caden Schuster. Kick is long enough. Kick is good. And with 2:44 to go in quarter number 1, Panthers 7, Lower Merion nothing. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Arnold Field here in Ardmore. Lower Merion, a promising drive to start the game, but back-to-back sacks from Jai Curtis and Vince Hales stall it near midfield, and the Panthers cash in with a 4-play scoring drive. James Fisher's 20-yard run gives them a 7-0 lead with 2:44 to go here in quarter number 1. Steyer ready to kick it away again, and it'll angle towards Rothberg one more time. From the 11 up the near hash, Rothberg trying to find a seam, and the Panthers will have none of that. Shane Fisher and Pat Burke on the stop at the 26-yard line, and Lower Merion will start possession number 2 at almost the same spot where they had the opening drive, Pete.
Yeah. Do you remember last year, Brian, our Haven Panthers, they had some problems with special teams. There was kickoffs, run backs, 40, 45 they were getting. This year it's been much better. Their special teams on kickoffs have really been good all season long.
Knock on wood as you say that, right?
Right.
Here we go. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Tight end over there as well. And they'll run it with Andrew Payne. Up the middle they go. Nick Faribault there to meet him pretty quickly. So Payne
Andrew
for a
Payne
couple.
On the carry
Brings up
for no
second
gain,
down
for a pickup
and about 8.
2, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Just another gorgeous day for football here. We've been blessed with phenomenal weather all season long, and we are especially appreciative on a day that we're sitting outside here in the bleachers on the home side. 2nd down and about 8. Payne in the backfield with Nick DeLuca. 2 receivers to either side. Looking left, DeLuca down the seam, and it is swatted away. Excellent Read by Quinn Kell to swat it to the turf out near the first down marker.
That was a good play. Just
3rd and 8.
cut in front of the receiver, knocked it down, and great play.
Panthers will try to get off the field here on 3rd down, and again, 4 first downs on the opening drive for Lower Merion. Strath Haven defense has held opponents to about 40. I have that in a minute. 41% on 3rd down this year. 3rd and 8, pass rush time. Here they come. Under heavy pressure, and down he goes. Nick Faribault in on the act. The Panthers pick up their 3rd sack of this first quarter. Curtis and Hales with the first 2, and now Nick drops him back at the 20. 4th down and about 16.
Brian, it's the same pattern. The Haven line takes about a half a quarter to warm up. But once they do that in these games, then they take over, and let's see if that continues.
Loss of 8 on the play, and now DeLuca stands at the 5 in punt formation. Deep to return, Milligan and Fisher, and Milligan will say, get away from it. Takes a terrific roll for Lower Merion across the midfield stripe to the Panther 43-yard line. So nice work there by DeLuca to tilt the field a bit. 37 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers, they start their second drive at almost the same place where they started the first. So no complaints here for the Panther offense on their first drive of the game. After this first down play, we will, I promise, introduce the Lower Merion defense. All right, here we go. Panthers, 2 tight ends. Curtis to the near side. On 1st down, back to passes. Caden Schuster looking, fires to the flat, complete to Ben Milligan. Keeps his feet and down the far sideline for a bunch. Nice work there, tiptoeing along the sideline. Milligan to the 40. Gain of about 16 on the play. Nice delivery from Schuster.
That was nice.
Right.
Rolled to the right. Perfect.
Lower Merion defense today. Jackson Hart, Charles Wells, Keshawn Miller, and Ethan Jackson, you're down 4. Andrew Payne at linebacker with Paul Mezzi McMahon. And we'll see they've rotated a couple guys in there in place of C.J. Morgan. Rothberg and Burke on the corners, Herman Sasima and Cook are your safeties. Coming on the near side, it's Ben Milligan once again. Needs a block from Murley and gets it, cuts inside, and weaving his way to the 20-yard line is Ben Milligan. Give him 20 more yards and another first down. But we have a flag.
The 30 looked like potentially an illegal block in the back from Cooper.
Yep, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it was a push in the back. It wasn't real bad, but enough to be called as a, penalty there.
Spot foul, so this may move them back to about the original line of scrimmage. It may be 1st and 10 or 1st and 11 when they mark it off. We'll see. So, all right, well, we're going to put it right down on the 40-yard line, and as if the play never happened. Panthers will try it again here with 33 seconds.
To that Lower Merion 40.
To go here in quarter number 1 and counting. Clock continues to tick. Schuster under center. Motion man is James Fisher. From the 40, Schuster gives to Shane Green, has room, sees part, up the middle he goes, and Green will go the distance. 40 yards later, Green into the end zone with 8 seconds to go here in quarter number one. Beautifully blocked, and Green untouched for his 15th touchdown of the year.
Right up the middle, as that's his pattern. Right up the middle, you give him a seam and he's gone.
Just beautifully, beautifully blocked right there. Send Fisher in motion. That certainly gets the defense's attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, it spreads him out a little bit and leaves that hole open.
Steyer on for the extra point. Jackson Miller to snap it. Schuster gets it down. Steyer kicks it through. Strath Haven 14, Lower Merion nothing. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment. An AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
You're back.
Welcome back to Arnold Field.
Please help us keep the stadium clean.
Strath Haven 14, Lower Merion nothing as Shane Green takes it in from 40 yards out with just 8 seconds to go here in quarter number one. Steyer ready to go here as the Panthers cap a 56-yard scoring drive. I'm sorry, 56-yard scoring drive. End over end kick. It'll come down to Rothberg. Backpedals to the 5 and looks for him up this near side and not going to find it. Spun out of one tackle, but lots of white jerseys in front of him drop him with just 1 second to go here in the first quarter. So the Lower Merion guys will snap it one time and walk down to the other end of the field after this play. Nose of the football at the 20-yard line. Lower Merion again, a very promising drive to start, and then 3 and out on their last series. Ingram to the far side. Thomas Burke to the near side. Slots 2 of them to the left of Nick DeLuca and the Aces offense. DeLuca back, looking, floats it to the flat to Cook, and he is met immediately. Maybe a yard.
On the reception before being brought down,
and that will do it for the
backfield.
first quarter, thanks to Quinn Kell with a big hit in the flat. And the Panthers finding some momentum late in this first quarter, and we'll start quarter number 2 when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. ASK strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. ASK helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. ASK scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello everyone, I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Back, Brian.
Welcome back to Arnold Field, quarter number 2, ready to get started here. Brian Carroll bringing the play-by-play, joined by Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer. Thanks again to our terrific camera work from Dean Michelson and Bill Clancy. And Panthers, 2 possessions. They've run 6 plays and found the end zone twice already. And the Panther defense, after bending on that first drive, Pete, seems to have found their footing a bit.
It's the same pattern every game. It's the Fisher-Green combo, and it's this lethal combo, and it's worked every week.
Ben Milligan with a couple of nice plays mixed in there as well. And now the defense trying to keep Lower Merion pinned at this end of the field here. 2nd down and 10 after a completion to Chris Cook went for no yards. They're going to fire us down the seam. Good grab by Rothberg, stretching out at the 35-yard line. Dropped by Starr and Milligan right there at the 37 maybe. But a nice delivery that time from DeLuca, right on the money. Rothberg hauls it in, and that's a Lower Merion first down.
It was an excellent pass. He just stepped right into the throw. It was beautiful, about 20 yards, was it? First down?
Yep. Best play of the day so far, gain of 17 for Lower Merion. And a little breathing room now at their 37-yard line. On first down, they give inside to Cook, and he is going nowhere. What a job there by Gustafson and Faribaugh. I'm sorry, that was Payne on the
Yeah, once he
run.
bounces outside, the Panthers are all over him. They're just too quick in that linebacker slot.
Payne had 25 yards on his first 2 touches and no yards on his next 3. Second down and 10. Lower Merion trying to gain some momentum here. Cook in the slot. He is their best deep threat as you look back on the season. And up the middle comes a rush, and rolling to his right and finding some room is DeLuca. He'll step out of bounds on that far sideline with James Fisher closing fast. Put it at about the 40-yard line and turn it into 3rd and maybe 7 or so. So 3 straight sacks for the Panther
3rd and 9 coming up.
defense on the last 3 official carries for DeLuca. But 3rd and 7. 3 wide receivers on the near side, single to the far side, and DeLuca in the gun one more time. Looking for Payne here in the backfield. They may go with Payne, and here it comes, straight up the middle, and down he goes. Panthers were ready for that one. Seemed ready to go, and Curtis
Payne
there to meet him at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they spread out some of those receivers, hoping that the Panthers' defense would spread out, but they were waiting for him up the middle. Good defense on that line.
4th and 7 as Payne goes for nothing. And now they need a play. Does the Lower Merion offense. They may want to kick it here. DeLuca takes a snap, and he will kick it. He will boom one to the far side. Ben Milligan gives chase, but now this is going to roll down inside the 10-yard line. Excellent job there by DeLuca to angle it away from Milligan, who seemed to know it was coming. He was backing up quickly.
Yeah.
But great job by DeLuca. He's
that was a
punted
great
well.
kick, too. And it, you got an artificial surface roll with it, but still a great kick.
See where they spot this. You're looking at a 52-yard punt right there.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers pinned back at their own 8-yard line now. 1st and 10 on the far hash, moving left to right here with 10:06 to play here in quarter number 2. Official timeout at the moment with an equipment issue over on the far sideline, and here we go. All right. Panthers ready to rock and roll here from their 8-yard line. First 2 possessions, they got to snap at a total of 6 times and finished both drives in the end zone. John Riley split to the bottom of your screen as a split end. And first down give. This is Shane Green, who will pick up a few out to maybe the 10 or so. Good cover, good work there by number 50, Jacob Benjamin.
Picks up 2.
That's your inside linebacker in place of C.J. Morgan at the moment. So nice work by Benjamin in the middle of that Lower Merion defense.
Yeah, they closed real good there, Brian. There was nowhere to go.
2nd down and 8 upcoming. Look, this Lower Merion defense, allows 45 points per game. They've had their struggles, but trying to slow down Strath Haven right here. They'll give it to Green one more time. He has room and a burst. Has a blocker up front. Riley running alongside, but Green pulling away. The speed will show, and 90 yards later, no flag. Shane Green's in the end zone again.
For a touchdown.
Wow. Explosive plays once again for the Panthers, and that's a career-long 90-yard burst from your senior fullback.
Yeah, I think he likes to get the ball down at the 10. He has more yards to run.
Goodness gracious. Shane Green now, 160 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And Panthers on for an extra point for the 3rd time today. Tim Steyer out of the hold of Caden Schuster. Ball spotted, kick is away, and Strath Haven 21, Lower Merion nothing. We'll take a short time out, be back for the answer from Lower Merion when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, Our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Ardmore. Arnold Field, it's been all Strath Haven in the early going. Shane Green followed up a 40-yard touchdown run with a 90-yard burst just a moment ago. Strath Haven on top 21-0 with 9:16 to go here in the first half. Steyer has it teed at the 40-yard line. Rothberg alongside of Thomas Burke awaits. Rothberg will field this one more time. From the 10-yard line, looking for room up this near side this time. Cuts inside, spins his way out to the 33, so good field position for Lower Merion. This is their best field position of the day so far. And see if Lower Merion can get something going, Pete.
Yeah, they really have to get something going here. Time of possession doesn't win you games, but they have to, control the ball here. I think their best bet is some of those passes. They've had some real success putting the ball in the air. They may have to do that now.
Quick score update. Chester up 13-0 with 3:39 to play in the first quarter.
Chester on top of Penwood there, and the Clippers looking to run the table in the Del Val. And on their way to doing so this week, and have one more to go in week 10, of course. 1st and 10. From the 33, DeLuca, quarterback draw, up the middle he goes, nothing doing. Jai Curtis got off his block immediately, and they might give him the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Looked like a hole there, but Curtis closed quickly, grabbed him, and there's no gain on that play at all.
Brings now down DeLuca for no gain.
All right, Curtis having a monster of a game along with Vince Hales, Gustafson, and Faribaugh. Again, this front four, as we mentioned briefly, coming into the season, this was thought to be, all right, this might be the strength of the team. You've got 4 starters essentially coming back. You lost Cole Miller off that team, just a monster senior year last year for Cole. But Faribaugh got some decent playing time for sure, and they've been as advertised since they've been reunited. Here's another run up the middle, and running for a few more that time is DeLuca before Vince Hales wraps him up with help from Shane Green.
A few on the play. 3rd and 7 coming up.
3rd and 7 as DeLuca goes for 3. Clock ticks. 8:03 and counting to play here in the second quarter. Cook will line up alongside of Rothberg, slot to the far side. Ingram single to the near side. And now DeLuca rolling to his right. Under heavy pressure, Panthers were waiting for it, but nice work and good pursuit from the backside. Down he goes, second sack of the day for Nick Faribaugh. Drops him back at the 34-yard line. Good pressure from Curtis to flush him. And there, once again, is Faribaugh to clean up.
And he pursued him after he missed him in the backfield. He pursued him and got him right around into the line of scrimmage. He just didn't give up. Good play by Faribaugh.
Looks like the punt team coming on here for Lower Merion. Clock ticks, 7:13 to go here in the first half. Ben Milligan awaits back near the 40-yard line. James Fisher standing deep as well. All right, so yet another sack. That's, I think, 4 or 5 so far for the Panthers. And a good kick from DeLuca. Angling towards Milligan. Fair catch signal for and made at the 39. Panther Milligan. Offense back at it here.
Ball on the 39.
With still plenty of time to go here in quarter number 2.
Strath Haven will take
Strath
over
Haven,
with 6 minutes and
again, a
54
win
seconds
today
remaining
would
in the half.
grant them at least a share of the Central League title for the 3rd year in a row. It'd be their 14th overall under head coach Kevin Clancy. But they'd love to take care of business today and, of course, next week with a big one with Springfield looming. 2 tight ends this time. Back to passes. Schuster has time, looks, has a man out there. Fisher behind the defense, has to come back for it, and it's knocked down by Cook. Good recovery by Cook. Pass thrown just a little shy of the target.
going to be a second
And
and 10.
incomplete, it falls.
Yeah, Fisher had his man beat there, but he had to wait for the ball, and it gave the defender time to come back and break it up. Good play by the defender there for Lower Merion.
Chris Cook at free safety is a terrific athlete. He's, like I said, on the offensive side of the ball, he's been their best deep threat this season. But playing center field there, and Fisher had some room behind him. And they'll try it again on second down and 10. Give up the middle. This is Green for about 3 or 4, maybe. Nice work there by middle of the defense again. That's Benjamin with another stop.
3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7 upcoming here for the Panther offense from their own 42. Clock ticks, 6:25 and counting to play here in the first half. Strath Haven comfortably leading 21-0 as Schuster jogs in the play, and see if they can't add to your time of possession stats here a little bit, Pete. They've scored so quickly.
Let's see if they put it in the air again. I think Fisher's looks like he wants it.
All right, here we go. Give, and they sweep to Fisher to this near side. Has a blocker in front and loses his footing momentarily on the cut. Still lunging forward for first down yardage. James Fisher picks up 7. Just as it seemed like he was about to get going there with Faribault leading the way.
Yeah, if he doesn't slip there, he may still be running.
First down yardage, nevertheless, and the Panthers will get another crack at it here. First down and 10 from their 49. 5:34 to go here in the first half. Jai Curtis to the near side, John Riley to the far side at tight end. 9 in the box here. Motion man Milligan. They go toss to the far side. Green trying to get the edge and has it. He's tracked down by Shane Hermosima. Nice gain of 7 or 8 there. We'll see where they've spotted. And that might move the chains, give him 10 more. So Green, 173 yards already on just 7 carries.
Yeah, that time he went wide. He usually goes up the middle, but he went wide and still got himself a nice gain.
Nice job by the halfbacks blocking out in front with Milligan and Fisher. Milligan, wing to the near side, goes in motion one more time. Give inside. This is on the counter, and this is nice work there by Fisher. Ball popped loose as he hit the ground, but still, give him 9 more to bring up second down and 1, I believe. Let's see where they spot it.
On the home side of the stadium.
Back at the 32, so Fisher 9 more.
Pretzels, soda, chips.
Fisher averaging 8.7 yards per carry coming in, and not doing anything to hurt that today. 39 yards on just 4 touches already. 4:15 and counting to go here in the first half. 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Lower Merion shows blitz. Panthers run through it, and lots of room for Shane Green. They have him by the shirt tail, but he still drags tacklers down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 more and another Panther first down.
Yeah, there's 4 guys getting off the ground that he was dragging. He's unbelievable speed with his powers just as well.
186 yards for Green already after that 13-yard burst. Panthers chewing up some clock and chewing up some yardage in big chunks here. From the 19, edge of the red zone on first down. Looking for room is Fisher. Cuts inside, gets a block. He will go untouched for his 2nd touchdown of the season. Of the game, rather. He's had plenty this season. That's his 16th on the ground. Fisher comes up a little hobbled, but give him his 2nd score of the day, and the Panthers stretch it to a 4-score game, extra point pending. .58 yards on just 5 carries for Fisher, and now for the 4th extra point try for Matt Steyer, rather.
And the extra point
and good
by Max Steyer is good.
Strath Haven 28, Lower Merion nothing.
Panthers
We'll be back in just a
28.
moment on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match, from first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Lower Merion High School. Strath Haven 28, Lower Merion nothing, with 3:32 to go here in quarter number 2. James Fisher's second touchdown run of the day has the Panthers on top by 4 scores now. And Matt Steyer ready to kick it away one more time. Just a very methodical drive for the Panthers that time. Here, shorter end over end kick. It'll come down to Payne at the 27-yard line. And Andrew Payne with some room out across the 40 before Shane Fisher wraps him up with help from Tyler Slaughter.
Brought down by Shane Fisher.
It'll be best field position, starting field position of the day here for the Lower Merion offense, Pete.
Yeah, that was a little different kick. Instead of Steyer kicking it deep, he kicked it to the side. I guess, they're trying all different angles here, so maybe they're looking ahead to next week. They may have to do that again against Springfield.
Downside is it's a little bit of a shorter field for the offense here out at the 40. Lower Merion again. First drive of the game, very promising, but back-to-back sacks from Curtis and Hales wrap that up. And it's not been as much fun since. Here, DeLuca has pressure, steps up, going to keep it and run himself, sheds a tackle, and then is belted down by James Fisher at about the 46-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play for DeLuca, who did well scrambling, and good coverage that time by the secondary, Pete.
Yeah, DeLuca's definitely has some scrambling power there, but Fisher and Green both came up from the secondary and made the stop. Green slowed him up. Fisher ended it.
Rothberg to the bottom of your screen has a split end to this near side. Tight end to this same side, Paul Mezzi McMahon. 2 backs, and they toss to Hermes Sasima. Looking for room off that right side. Cuts it back, and not much doing thanks to Luke Mulhern.
For a loss of 2.
They'll lose a couple back to the 44, and Mulhern with another stop in the backfield. Panther defense held Harriton to negative yardage on the ground last week, and they're not giving much more to Lower Merion today.
It's just too tough for Lower Merion to run wide because the Panthers defense, especially the linebackers and the D-backs, are just too quick.
Set 3rd down and 6. DeLuca back to pass from his 44. Steps up, has time momentarily, and then this time they've got him. They're going to blow it dead thanks to the work of Alexi Gustafson. Faribault in the mix as well, and Gustafson with another pressure and another sack for that front 4. And it'll be 4th and forever.
155
with Lower Merion up top, ready to kick it away again.
And the Aces they're going to punt.
Boy, this front 4 has been tough here, and that's
it's amazing. Every week they come out slow for 4 or 5 minutes, and then once they get kind of wake up, they take over the game.
Timeout Strath Haven here with 1:55 to play before halftime, and we'll keep it right here. Speaking of halftime, we'll have the Strath Haven Marching Band playing, and we'll cover that once again, or really as always, one of our favorite parts of football each week. So we'll do that. We'll talk about Pete, Mike, and Andrew will chat about who knows what. All
not
things,
the Phillies.
Phillies, Eagles, whatever else. But we will, in the meantime, have some score updates and some playoff scenarios to consider during our halftime chatter coming up. In the meantime, Strath Haven, if they can get the football here and punch it in with 1:55 to go, they would certainly like to do so and move things along in the second half.
Running clock.
A running clock if, in fact, you have a 35-point deficit here. So Panthers looking to get good field position with Ben Milligan waiting for the punt at the 35. DeLuca booms one again. It's a wobbler, and it's fielded at the 36-yard line by Milligan. Fair catch as the Panthers set up once again. And 2 timeouts for the silver and black here to work in the final 1:50 of quarter number 2. Caden Schuster 1 out of 2 throwing it today. That one completion to Ben Milligan for 16 yards. See if they decide to air it out again here.
I think if they can run Fisher deep, he can beat anybody here. It's just a matter of getting the ball far enough down the field.
My guess is they'd like to get it out near midfield to try again here, but nope, they're going to fire to the flat. Complete. This is John Riley. Sophomore makes the grab. Gains about 4 or 5. And nice work for Riley on his first varsity catch. But good tackle on this near side here.
Schuster got rid of that ball really, really quick. That's the way you should play quarterback.
Gain of just 4. 2nd down and 6. Panthers go no huddle. Milligan off the left side, straight ahead, and he'll pound his way across the 50 and grab first down yardage. That'll stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains at the 48-yard line. Nice work by Milligan.
On the 48-yard line.
Milligan had his first run of the day wiped out by a penalty. That one goes for about 10. Green, straight up the middle. He's going to plow his way for first down yardage down near the 36-yard line. That will stop the clock again. Panthers pick up 12 more. Shane Green with 200 yards rushing unofficially on just 9 carries.
Timeout Panthers.
Timeout Panthers here. Green, 200 yards unofficially.
Not a bad
with,
half, huh?
In just 9 carries and not even quite a half of action here.
Yeah.
So from the 36, Panthers down to 1 timeout.
It helps when you have a 90-yard run.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
it does.
For sure.
We
1:06 to go here.
We might not see much of Green or Fisher in the second half.
Yeah.
Let's see if we could get Green officially over the 200-yard mark.
No.
On these next couple of carries.
Panthers are, I think, in talking to everybody on the field beforehand, Panther coaching staff seemed a little uncertain whether there would be a JV game or not. So, again, all the more reason you'd love to get everybody on that far sideline some snaps today in case Monday's JV game may or may not happen. All right, in the meantime, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They have 1 timeout remaining. They'll snap it from the 36. Fisher in motion. Schuster is back, looking, wheel route to the near side, wide open is Fisher, hauls it in at the 10, and he's in for the touchdown. A 36-yard strike from Schuster to Fisher, and the Panthers into the end zone for the 5th time today.
Yeah, that's been there all day if they wanted it. Like I said, that one other time, Fisher had his man beat by 15 yards, but the ball was short. This time it's on the button, and there's just too much speed there for their corners.
Matt Steyer on for the all-important extra point here. Trying to shorten this game a bit. 59 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball spotted, kick is away, and the Panthers lead 35-0 and are just a minute away from having a fast second half. All right, we'll take a short time out. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Ardmore. Strath Haven 35, Lower Merion nothing. With just 59 ticks remaining on the first half clock. Panther defense trying to hold down the fort for one more football minute and hope for a fast-moving second half with a running clock circumstance. Matt Steyer. I'm going to call him his brother's name a couple more times this year, I'm sure. End-over-end kick, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line. Looking for running room. Tripped up is Burke and run out of bounds by Quinn Kell out across the 24 or so. All right, so with just 53 seconds to go here in this second quarter, 35-0 Strath Haven. The defense needs one more stop and then would have a very different look for the second half, Pete.
Very quick look.
That's the idea here. If the defense can hold one more time. Nick DeLuca trying to turn the tide here for the Lower Merion offense. Give inside Payne. Once they get him going east-west, it's
Andrew Payne,
not much
tackle
doing
to
here.
the
They'll stop
backfield.
him back at the 21-yard line.
Loss of
Another
2.
tackle for loss here for the
Second
Panther
and 10
defense.
coming up. Second and 12.
This has been just tough sledding here for Lower Merion, aside from that opening drive.
They just can't run wide. That's the speed of the we've said it many times. The speed of the defense is just too much for running wide.
Well, and part of it is, the play design is between the tackles, but when you have Curtis and Gustafson clogging those lanes, the tendency for these runners is to want to bounce it outside, and that's playing to the Panthers' strength there.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, give us to Payne one more time, and Jai Curtis says absolutely not. They'll drop him back at the 16 for another loss on the play. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the Lower Merion offense and friends will take it to the halftime locker room. Strath Haven 35, Lower Merion nothing. We've reached halftime, and the Panthers will be licking their chops to see what happens in half number 2, but it'll be a running clock circumstance and a whole fresh new set of faces on the field for the silver and black when we return. All right, so speaking of halftime, we'll take a short time out. Thank you to our many sponsors. We'll kick it over to Pete, Mike, and Andrew for some halftime chatter. We'll take a look at the marching units from both schools and talk playoff points and playoff matchup scenarios when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business. And for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
3 of 4.
Yep, okay. How about defense?
We're back on the air,
We're
guys.
on the air.
We're back. There you go. All right, well, I'm going to take the headset off, let you guys chat about any number of topics here, and enjoy the marching band in the meantime, but I'll kick it over to Andrew, Mike, and Pete.
So at halftime, we're here at Arnold Field where Strath Haven leads this one 35-0. Pete, we've had a pretty one-sided game for the most part in terms of time of possession to Lower Merion, but on the scoreboard, it's been all Strath Haven.
Yeah, it's the same pattern every week, Andrew. The Panthers have the ball, they score quick. The opponents have the ball a long time and don't score at all, and that's the way it's been through most of the season. But the bottom line is we're winning big, we're winning quick. And I think the way this game's going, I think in the second half we should see mostly JVs. And you want to keep all your big guys, especially Green and Fisher, healthy for next Friday night when the big game against Springfield.
Yeah, next week's going to be a big one with Springfield. Got a big win last night over Garnet Valley.
Yeah, that'll be a good one next week. That should be a packed house.
Absolutely. Mike?
All right, well, we're just waiting for – am I on?
Yes.
I can't hear myself. I guess single earphone.
We hear you good.
We're waiting for the Strath Haven band to come on and do their halftime show, which we will show. We'll turn up the field mic. Oh, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and go to listen to Nick on the loudspeaker.
Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. We're turning the wheel of musical time today with this show featuring the music of Olivia Rodrigo, reaching back to the danceable sound of Motown and dancing off with the Spice Girls. The leadership team is led by student directors Olivia Janopoulos, Ella Liberi, Sophie Lynn, Benedict Menace, and Keandra Wong. The drum majors are Cecily Heisey-Terrell, Olivia Heisey-Terrell, and Quinton Saylor. These are our dancing Panthers, and this is the sound of Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, the Four Tops, the Supremes, and the Temptations. And we scramble and ask, did you just get your driver's license? Well, good for you. This is Olivia Rodrigo. And now, the best-selling global single of 2022, Harry Styles performed it for the first time at Coachella. We performed it for the first time, well, at Strath Haven, but these Dancing Panthers bring you As It Was. show with salsa, samba, and pop. Spice up your life by the Spice Girls. The Pride of Haven, the Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Assistant Band Director Mrs. Haley Lombard, Pit Director Mr. Richard Michael, and Drumline Instructor Mr. Gustin Rudolph. Ms. Valerie Schliega directs the band front and the dance line with the Silks Instructor Coach Aria Boris and dance team instructors Miss Gigi Ionello and Miss Rosie Ionello. For the Panther Band, I'm Nick Pignataro. Had a great afternoon, and let's go Panthers!
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
15% of every check goes to Lower Merion girls basketball.
Right.
And Coachella is happening right across
Welcome
the
back
street
to Lower Merion High School, Strath Haven 35, Lower Merion nothing at halftime. And thanks again to Nick Pignataro and everybody involved with the Strath Haven marching unit. The 12th man just gets better every single week as the season goes, and we're looking forward to hopefully several more weeks of their performances here during our broadcasts. All right, so football-wise, outside of what's going on in the first half here, a couple other score updates over at Academy Park. Academy Park fighting for their playoff lives at the moment. 2 wins should put them in. If they win today and then need a win over Chichester next week, the Knights should be in the mix at maybe the 14 or 15 seed as I project out. But they need a win today over visiting Muhlenberg, and at the moment, at halftime, Academy Park 22, Muhlenberg 16. So it's a barn burner over there in Sharon Hill, and we'll keep an eye on that one as a possible 14 or 15 seed, Academy Park trying to get into the mix. Already clinching a playoff spot are the Clippers. The Chester Clippers on top of Penwood 33-0 at last we heard. And the Clippers right now projecting at maybe a 6 or 7 seed in the playoffs. We'll see how things shake out over the next week or so. But that's a team that nobody wants to face in the early rounds of the playoffs. They were the defending Del Val champs and on their way to doing it again this year. And, of course, a District 1 finalist 1 year ago with a very young team that took Strath Haven to the wire on Thanksgiving weekend in one of the more fun games we've ever had here on havenfootball.net. A phenomenal atmosphere, a terrific football game between those two teams, and Chester trying to get back there and then some here in 2024. So we will also publish probably in the next few days a projection on what we expect this playoff seeding could be. We're going to put a disclaimer out there in advance. In order to do a projection, one must predict who's going to win the games. So this is not meant to diminish the effort or poke at any team necessarily or provide bulletin board material, but we just have to say, look, someone's going to win the Springfield-Strath Haven game next week. If it's Strath Haven, they might land here. If it's Springfield, they might land there. These are the kinds of things we will do in a projection early this week. But at the moment, if things hold here today, if Strath Haven holds on with this 35-0 lead and finishes today at 8-1, they will have the top seed in the points race at the moment. A win next week for Strath Haven, should they win out, they would absolutely guarantee themselves the number 1 seed. They cannot be caught by Garnet Valley, who suffered their second loss last night. They cannot be caught by Springfield, who would, in theory, then have 2 losses. And they cannot be caught by Westchester Ruston, even if they finish 9-1. So an undefeated Strath Haven team would absolutely be the 1 seed. If Springfield were to knock off Strath Haven next week, things get a little stickier for the Panthers. They could land anywhere from 4, 5, or 6, depending on how things go elsewhere. Right now, if Springfield were to win next week, based on the playoff points, it looks like Springfield would be the 1 seed by the skin of their teeth, edging out Garnet Valley, assuming Garnet beats Ridley next week. So if Ridley and Springfield win next week, if Garnet Valley and Springfield win next week, Garnet Valley would be the 2 and Springfield would be the 1, or so we think at the moment. Westchester Ruston, if they take care of business next week against Westchester East, they should be the 3 seed without probably too much movement. It seems like Ruston will be the 3. There's a chance they might match up or be very close to the points that Garnet Valley lands with, but it seems right now that Ruston would be the 3. And then here's where it gets sticky. If Springfield were to defeat Strath Haven could very well be the 4, but it would depend on Upper Dublin's game with Souderton next week. They play a 6A team with, Souderton is a 6A team with probably 5 or 6 wins this year, depending on the result next week. That would be big bonus points for Upper Dublin should they win that. It would also be big bonus points should Phoenixville take on perhaps Owen J. Roberts next week. If Owen J. Roberts is an 8 or 9 win 6A team, Phoenixville could actually jump into that 4 or 5 spot depending on some other action. So lots to sort out. I will have a projection done sometime tomorrow morning once all the points are posted. So big thank you to Kyle Berger, the athletic director at North Penn. He and I have been consulting back and forth for weeks, and he is officially the person who tallies the points for District 1 5A for all of the playoff teams at all levels. So if you're a 5A football playoff fan, it's going to be an exciting next 8 days or so. Andrew?
Score update from Owen J. Roberts, their game today. They just took a 7-0 lead on
Springford,
yes.
Yep. So O&J playing right now, and without one of their standout players today. Mackay Graham out of action today for O&J. So I'm not sure if that's a long-term injury or not, but that's a big deal not only for today, but for a potential matchup in those crossover 5A versus 6A games next week up in the Pioneer Athletic Conference. So If O&J were to win today, they would take on Phoenixville next week. If Springford were to turn that around and win, then Springford would get Phoenixville. So, again, lots still to be determined from the playoff standpoint. But, just looking around District 1 from all the football we've seen and watched this season, I think there is a very good chance that there are 7 to 8 very, very good teams in 5A that after round 1, it could be anybody's ball game. And that's, I think speaks to the strength of 5A this year. And round 2 of the 5A playoffs is going to be a barn burner for, I would think, almost everybody.
Well, Garnet Valley coming into 5A right there strengthens the whole field. Absolutely does. And you're right. I think it's so important, I think, to get home field, too, and especially for Haven. I think they play much better. Well, they play good everywhere, but when you're in the playoffs, have that home field and a little bit more of the crowd, and you know your field. I think it's such an advantage. So next Friday night, I just can't wait for that Springfield game. That'll be great.
It should be a good one, and there is also a very good chance that should things take care of things, should things hold today, Strath Haven holding on here. Coach Kevin Clancy could be going for not only his 14th Central League title, but his 300th win at Strath Haven. So 299 wins at Strath Haven should the score hold today. Of course, he had some time at Archbishop Carroll before that. So Coach Clancy with 365 wins overall coming into today. And here we are underway on half number 2. Line drive kickoff fielded, and smartly taking a knee is John Riley at the 39-yard line. And we may get a whole host of different characters here for the Strath Haven offense as we start half number 2, or maybe not. The starters may get one series here. Let's see how this shakes out. Looks like most of the starting offensive line will get one more crack at it here. Riley at tight end to the near side, Curtis to the far side, Ryan Mudrick in at fullback, and they give it to Mudrick. Looking for running room, and he'll lower the shoulder, bang his way to the 46-yard line, and pick up 7 yards on first down. Nice start there for the Panther offense here in half number 2.
Yeah, Mudrick, we were talking about him last week. He would start on most teams in this Central League. He's an excellent running back, and when he gets his chance, he performs well.
Just a junior, so good to know that he's back in the mix next year.
You'll hear a lot of his name next year for sure.
Mudrick, your fullback once again. They give it to the halfback. This is the senior Nate Lynn. Looking for room off the right side. He'll lunge his way, I believe, to first down yardage. Second effort. Got him near the sticks. He landed out near the 50, but they're going to mark him down, I guess, just a hair shy of that. So put it down at the 48-yard line. Gain of just 1 for Nate Lynn. Lynn found his way into the end zone a week ago with a fumble return for a touchdown, and now 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. 9 in the box for Lower Merion. Schuster on the quarterback keeper has some room and bangs his way forward to the 43-yard line. Nice work by Schuster to pick up 9 and a first down.
Schuster with the keeper picks up the first
Panther
down.
Offensive line still moving people up front here. There's 10:35 to go here in this third quarter. Starting offensive line still in the game. Schuster in the game as well, but a new backfield. Mudrick, your fullback on 1st and 10 from the 43. They give it to him. Nope, on the sweep to the far side. This is Nate Lynn with a room and a block. Lynn turning the corner down the far sideline, and Nate Lynn will go 43 for a score. His first rushing touchdown of the season, and Nate Lynn has the Panthers in the end zone one more time.
Yeah, here's just an example of the
There's
backups.
a flag back at the 40.
Oh,
it's
going
to come back.
Okay, illegal block.
The backups, they get a chance, they perform.
All right, well, coming back, and that's they performed against the rules there
illegally.
On that last one. Yeah.
Illegally.
So Nate Lynn's career-long run here wiped out momentarily, and the Panthers go backwards. Looks like it was right around the line of scrimmage or so. So it'll turn it to 1st and maybe 20.
Just past the line of scrimmage at the 40. It'll take it back to the 50, bring up 1st and 17.
There you go. Good math there by Andrew. And 9:53, 9:52 and counting to go here in which should be a fast-moving third quarter. Ball spotted on the midfield stripe, 1st and about 17. Gives to Mudrick, looking for room off the right side. Banged into his own man. Bounces forward and carries folks near the original line of scrimmage. Put him down at the 44, so Mudrick for 6 more. Brings up second and 11.
Over at Bishop Shanahan, Conwell Egan's doubled their lead from 14 to 28-0 with 5:39 to play in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Over that is
Carroll. Right?
Carroll, yeah.
Yep. All right, second and 11. Give on the near side, looking for running room. This is Doherty shaking a tackle. Now he cuts outside. One man to beat, Bill Doherty. He'll go 50 yards. 44 for the score. Doherty takes it in, his second touchdown in as many weeks. And the Panthers on the board again with 8:55 to go here in the third.
This time, no flags.
Good blocking and good vision by Doherty to bounce that out to the right side there. And Chris Cook, the safety, had some interference in front of him, couldn't quite reach him. On for the extra point, Matt Steyer. Schuster to hold. Well spotted, kick is away and good.
Steyer's extra point is good.
Steyer, 6 for 6 on the day. Panther offensive unit, 6 for 6 on the day as well. We'll be back in just a moment. Lower Merion will get a crack at it for the first time in the second half on havenfootball.net.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Lower Merion High School. Strath Haven 42. Lower Merion nothing is Bill Doherty with a weaving 44-yard touchdown run. His second in as many weeks, and the Panthers now ready to kick it away to Lower Merion in a running clock circumstance in the second half. High end over end kick. This will come down to Burke, looking for running room and not finding much. Up to the 21-yard line, and Shane Fisher again leading the way on the special teams coverage. And clock will continue to melt here. Should be running, but they'll get that started here as they spot the football. So, third quarter action. We'll start to see some.
A little surprised, Brian. Some of the starters are still out there.
Defensively, looks like they're going to give them maybe one more series, I guess. Just coming out of halftime, looking sharp. All right. DeLuca in the offense for Lower Merion, trying to get something going on first down. Firing to the flat and coming back and making the catch on a knee at the 26-yard line is Henry Ingram. Nice work there by Henry coming back to it. His second catch of the game. This one goes for 4 yards and first down. Ingram now 10 yards receiving on his 2 grabs. DeLuca 6 out of 10 for 34 yards in the first half. Connects on his first attempt here in the third quarter. Inside of 8 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Pistol look and give inside, and not much doing here for Hermosima as Vince Hale's there to meet him immediately. He might give him the line of scrimmage. No, back to the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 4 on the play, and Hermosima with negative yardage on the day. Coming out of the halftime, Lower Merion with negative rushing yards overall. So Panther defense has been phenomenal again. 3rd and 10 here. 2 wide receivers to either side. And DeLuca back, looking, firing. Down the seam, it goes incomplete. Had a little bit of room there. Grayson LaFrance in coverage, but Burke couldn't quite reach that one out near the 40. And there was a little room there, Pete.
There was room there. It was overthrown, and one of the Panthers' defenders almost got to it, but it fell incomplete in between both.
Instead, we'll see the punt team come on once again for Lower Merion. Fisher and Milligan stand at midfield to receive it. My guess is they will fair catch or just run away from it. But in the meantime, DeLuca sends a low liner. Milligan steps away from it, lets it take a Lower Merion roll down to the Panther 35-yard line. So 5:30 and counting to go here.
The 35-yard line where
and should
take over.
6:30 to go here in the third quarter, and I think the clock would continue to tick, but they're stopping it, I guess, on change of possessions here. And
there have been some interesting timing things with running clocks in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, everybody seems to have their own take on that. So they're okay, here we go.
Changing at quarterback, changes.
All right, here we go. O'Connor into the game. Patrick O'Connor. That's Mulhern now. Luke Mulhern in under center. On first down, they give sweep to the far side. This is Nate Lynn with room. Turning the corner. Lynn with speed across the 50, 40, 35, 30. One man to beat. Cuts inside and is dragged down finally. Good hustle from Thomas Burke to track down Lynn inside the 15-yard line. Well, put it down, I guess, right on the 15.
Give him 60.
60 yards for Lynn, a career long right there. Had a touchdown wiped out on the previous play, so actually
they're
over
going to mark
to
him
the
back at the
17.
17.
Yep, so call it 58 still. Tremendous run there for Lynn, the senior, who they were counting on for some big things defensively, but an injury in the preseason limited him for the first several weeks. Good to see him back on the field. Lynn wing to the left. It's Doherty off this left side. He'll lower the shoulder and push his way down near the 10. Mark it just shy of that, I guess. And it'll bring up second down and maybe 4 or so.
Jace Rothberg on the tackle.
All right, Rothberg on the stop for Lower Merion.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Doherty sets up the Panthers for a second down and 4. Mulhern under center. He'll give it to Mudrick. Second man through the line. Bounces it left side. No containment over there. And Mudrick into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the season. First of the day today with 4:47 to go here in the 3rd.
I just love the way that Mudrick runs. I know next year he's going to be a star, but he's just runs with power, and he has speed too.
Good work there by Mudrick to bounce it with nobody over on this left edge. Steyer on for the extra point one more time. Ball spotted, kick long enough, kick good. Strath Haven 49, Lower Merion nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. We're glad you're listening live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignotoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Ryan Mudrick scores from the 12. Panthers with their 7th touchdown of the day, 49-0. Strath Haven on top here with 4:47 to go here in quarter number 3. Panthers on their way to at least a share of the Central League title again this year, and they, of course, would love to own it outright this time next week after a Friday night tilt in Week 10 next weekend with Springfield. Steyer, end over end kick. It'll come down at about the 14-yard line and up that hash, and with running room momentarily, but Cole Haley puts the stop on Thomas Burke at about the 35. But nice work there by Burke, finding a seam and setting up the Lower Merion offense in a certainly better spot than they had the last time out. Finishing up a Twitter update here.
Conwell Egan knocks off Archbishop Carroll 28-0.
Carroll having a tough time this year. All right, here we go. What is Zach doing? From the near side. It is Burke. In motion goes Cook. And give to this near side, and there's lots of running room now for Payne. Turns the corner at the 50, and he's belted down by Quinn Kell. Nice work there by Cook. Picking up his best run of the day, and they'll put it down at the Strath Haven 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good run. He turned the corner there, and JVs are in there now, so he may have a little more room to run. But nice run. He got a good gain, and first down for Lower Merion.
22 yards on the carry. 3:12 and counting to go here in the third. 4 wide receivers for DeLuca. Payne in motion, quarterback draw. Up the middle goes DeLuca, and he'll find a little bit of running room, but Tyler Slaughter has him by the ankles after a gain of maybe 5 or 6. They'll put it down at the Panther 38. All right, here we go. Clock ticks, 2:45 and counting. Van Wilner into the game as a corner to the far side. Lynn in at strong safety. Kell still in the game as well. Back to pass on second down and about 5 on the slant, complete to Cook. He is wrapped up by Bill Doherty, the free safety, but a nice job there on the delivery from DeLuca, and Cook with his second catch of the day has Lower Merion in the red zone at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, this is absolutely the best drive of the day for them. That was a nice slant in and hit him right in the hands, and nice gain, another first down.
Nice gain on the play. Andrew, what'd they grab there? How
20.
many yards? 20-yard play. That's the best of the day in the pass game. And Cook, as we mentioned multiple times today, he has been their go-to guy when it comes to the downfield pass game. But here, Andrew Payne knocked down by Nate Lynn after a short gain, so trying to get Payne going as well. Clock ticks, 1:35 and counting to play here in quarter number 3. Best field position of the day by far here for Lower Merion. Knocking on the door now, second down and about 8. All right, here we go. Motion man is Rothberg. Kell goes with him, give inside is to Payne. He's got some room, and Slaughter wraps him up at about the 9. But nice work there. I think he may have first down yardage. It'll be close. Let's see here.
He was one tackle away from scoring there. Nice power up the middle there.
All right, call it third and about a yard here as Payne picks up 7. No huddle once again here for Lower Merion. From the 9, DeLuca's back, looking, fires the slant. Oh, deflected by Van Wilner, but I think they're going to call pass interference here. Maybe Wilner got a hand on the backside of the receiver there. Wendell.
Looked like a good coverage play there, Brian. He went in there with his left hand, and looked like a good play to me.
Wendell had plenty of playing time this year and done a nice job at that corner spot. That time got his hand on the football, but I guess a hand on the backside of the receiver as well. So penalty sets up first and goal to go from just inside the 5-yard line for Lower Merion. 2 backs and a big fullback, Keyshawn Miller, in front of the tailback, Hermosa Sema. And they give it to Hermosa Sema. Following Miller and friends, and he is met shy of the goal line. Nate Lynn spot on with that tackle right at the 4. Nice work.
Yeah, Nate Lynn just came up there and closed real quick. It looked like he was going to go in for a score. Nate Lynn comes in there, closes, and stops the play. Great play.
Great play on the final play of quarter number 3. They're going to switch sides of the field, be back for the 4th quarter when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business. And for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter here in Ardmore. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer doing everything else except for the camera work. That's Bill Clancy and Dean Michelson. So thanks to our whole crew here together once again on havenfootball.net. All right, clock continues to wind. 11:50 to go here in a running clock circumstance here in quarter number 4. Strath Haven up 49-0, but Lower Merion knocking on the door. Second and goal to go from the 4. DeLuca. They hand off to the big guy, Miller, who juggles it, and it looks like Strath Haven's come up with it. He had a touchdown a week ago in short yardage, but they tried to go to it one more time. Nothing doing as Patrick Burke comes up with the football. Nicely done right there by Burke, pouncing on the football, and the Panther offense takes over inside the 5. So first turnover of the day for either team.
Yeah, you got to feel a little sorry for Lower Merion there. They had a nice drive. It gets down inside the 5, and then they just turn it over. It's tough way to play.
I like the idea of rewarding one of the big guys, right? You put Miller back there, and it's a lineman, doesn't see the ball really ever, except for last week. O'Connor in at quarterback, and they give it to Mudrick on first down and find a little breathing room here to the Panthers. Mudrick will push the pile out near the 10 when they blow it dead. I think they'll give him the 9-yard line and bring up second down and about 6. So clock cannot move fast enough from a Strath Haven standpoint right now in terms of get out of here with good health and so forth. But, these are valuable at the same time. These are valuable reps for some of the younger players. And give inside is to Nate Lynn. On the cutback, he has first down yardage, I believe. Takes a big hit from Chris Cook to drive him backwards, but forward progress. Give him the 15-yard line, 6 yards and a first down for the Panther senior.
Looked like he had a lot of room there, Marion, but the defensive line of Lower Merion closed really good there and made the stop.
65 yards rushing for Nate Lynn on just 3 carries. He's wing to the far side. On first and 10 from the 15, they give on the sweep. Lynn one more time, looking for room. He's grabbed by the shirt tail. Excellent job hanging on for dear life was Thomas Burke until he got some help from his friends. Nice work there by Burke to drop Lynn for a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, they moved out really well there to spread the defense out there, and that made the stop. He held on until he got some help and brought him down. Good play by the Lower Merion defense.
Clock at 9:20 and counting here in the 4th. Mudrick in the backfield with Doherty and Lynn. And they shift Doherty wing to the near side. 2 tight end set. Gives to Mudrick, who stutter steps and finds some room. Bangs his way into the arms of Carl Brooks. But takes it for a gain of maybe 5 or so out to the 17-yard line. 3rd and about 8 for the Panthers. It's just been, you can hear in the background the Strath Haven marching unit. Great to see them, and again, not a huge in-person crowd on a Saturday afternoon, but you could not ask for better weather to watch football here in southeastern PA right now. Nate Lynn in the backfield with Mudrick. Doherty wing to the near side. Back is O'Connor on 3rd and 7. Fires, dumps it in and out of the arms of Mudrick. He'd like to have that one back. Incomplete it falls, and the Panthers look like they will bring on the punt team.
Yeah, Mudrick would have had a first down there, but he turned up to look upfield to see where he could go, and I think he just took his eyes off the ball. Incomplete.
All right, here we go. Ben Milligan and the punt team on to kick it away, and Jace Rothberg awaiting near midfield for Lower Merion. First punt of the day for the Panthers. Milligan awaits the snap from Jackson Miller near his 5-yard line. Panthers trying to get things set up here in terms of protection for the punt. And Milligan, high wobbler, angling to the near sideline, takes a Lower Merion roll until Miller pounces on it at the 43. So about 31 on the punt and no return. Gets Lower Merion the football on the Strath Haven side of the field. So a good test here for the second team defense. Clock ticks, 7:20 to go here. All right, here we go. Hermosa Sema checks out for Lower Merion. And the offense breaks the huddle with 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here for DeLuca. All right, here we go. DeLuca, give inside to Payne on first down. Looking for room, finding maybe 3. Down to the Panther 41-yard line. And that's Slaughter and number 7, Cole Haley on the stop. Also in the game now for Strath Haven, Zach Chandler. Barlow, Burke, Haley. Here we go. DeLuca, 3 wide receivers to the right, rolling that way. Eyes downfield, now going to keep it himself. Runs to the far sideline and steps out. I think shy of the first down marker. We'll see where they spot this at about the 36. That'll bring up third down and about 2. So DeLuca still has this offense moving and trying to find their way into the end zone. Oh, so close on their last series after a fumbled handoff inside the 5. Ingram split to the near side on 3rd and 2. Cook and Rothberg slot left as well. DeLuca on 3rd and 2. Again, the shotgun snap. Looking, eyes downfield. He's going to pick it up himself. Steps out of bounds right there with the sticks in front of him. Smart play there by DeLuca to just take care of it with nobody open. And finds his way to the Panther 33-yard line, enough to move the sticks with 5:25 and counting to go here in the 4th. Lower Merion next week taking on Upper Darby and then has a tilt with Radnor the following week. That'll be it's a contingency game with neither of those teams ready to qualify for the playoffs. On 1st and 10, DeLuca under pressure now, rolling, eyes still downfield, steps away from 1 man, 2 men, again finds his way, finds some room here, throws back downfield, has a man out here, making the grab is Cook, and he'll tumble into the end zone. Broken play as DeLuca just made something out of nothing. Long time for the secondary to cover on that one, and it ends up as a 33-yard score to Chris Cook.
Yeah, DeLuca, he rolls to the right, nothing there. He turns around and runs almost entirely across the field, throws it back to the left, throws it high and deep, and the wide receiver quarter for the touchdown. Great play.
Nice job by Cook not giving up on the play. He came back to the ball, and he has himself another score on the season. He's had a number this year, and Chris Cook rewarded with 4:52 to go here in regulation. All right, on for the extra point is DeLuca, I believe. Everybody's ready except, yeah, okay. Here he's set up at the 10-yard line for Lower Merion's first extra point try of the afternoon. Snap is low, but spotted nicely. Kick is low, and it is short. So, 49-6, good pressure up front from Burke and Van Wendel, and the Panthers give up 6, but deny the extra point. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Glad you're joining us. Live on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Nick DeLuca finds his way out of trouble, scrambles the width of the field practically. Each side, checking out each sideline there, finds Chris Cook for a 33-yard score. And Lower Merion on the board now with 4:52 to go here in regulation. 49-6 is your score. Strath Haven looking to receive the kickoff and perhaps run out the clock if they can pick up a couple of first downs and shorten this game significantly. All right, here we go. Short kick from DeLuca. Mulhern receives it, finds some room, 40, 50. Mulhern on his feet, and he finds his way to the 35-yard line. And the kickoff, sometimes you're saying, oh gosh, take a knee, stay healthy, but Mulhern found a lane over on that left edge and rips off a bundle and sets up the Panther offense at the 37-yard line.
42 seconds to play at the first quarter. Owen J. Roberts up on Springford 10-6.
Okay. Owen J. up on Springford. Not entirely surprising. Springford, of course, without their star quarterback, Matt Zollers, and had a very significant change of fortune on this season with that injury. All right, here we go. Doherty on first down. Wiggles his way, or is that
was Landon
Barlow. Sorry, 31, not 11. Landon Barlow into the game at fullback now. Pushes his way across the 35 for a gain of about 4. So, again, Springford 4-4 on the season. That was a team that a lot of people were excited about having a big year with a Missouri commit at quarterback, and just didn't happen. Not only with Zollers, but some other injuries as well. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 6. Strath Haven trying to put the finishing touches on this one. It's Doherty off the left side for a few more. Maybe a couple. Not much doing that time.
3rd and 6.
And it'll bring up 3rd down for the Panther offense with just 3:15 and counting to go here in the 4th quarter. From the 33, the Panthers need about 6 here to move the chains. It is almost certainly 4-down territory here to try to keep possession and keep this game moving. On 3rd down, give us to Nate Lynn. He has room off the edge and then some. Lynn pulling away at the 10, the 5, and he is dragged down inside the 5 at about the 3. Cook with good hustle to drag him down, but they'll get all the way to the 3, 30 yards for Nate Lynn, and a Panther 1st and goal. 92 yards rushing here.
On just 5 carries.
Clock ticks. And there's a whistle. That'll stop the clock momentarily. Is this an equipment issue, perhaps? Or, okay. All right, here we go. They'll restart the clock. Panthers now from the 3, leading 49-6, and perhaps a chance to add to it. O'Connor turns, gives to Barlow, room off the left side, lowers the shoulder and bangs his way to the 1, just shy of the goal line.
Half-yard line.
Landon Barlow.
Give them about 2 3/4. They'll put it, they can't get much closer to the goal line than that. It'll be 2nd and inches for the Panther offense with 1:55 to go. Well, it's been a tough go here for Lower Merion, but a chance to get healthy and get back to their winning ways with Upper Darby and Radnor coming up in the next 2 weeks. All right, give it to Nate Lynn, who's in for the touchdown.
Nathan Lynn.
Nate had one called back earlier. This time he finds pay dirt from the 1, and the Panthers have stretched their lead once again. 55-6 extra point pending. Nate Lynn, a career high 93 yards, all of it in this second half. Steyer looking for his 8th extra point of the day. Miller to snap, Schuster to hold, and it goes through his hands. Oh, boy. All right, well, all we had to do is say, is jinx that one as the snap was not handled. All right, here we go. 55-6 is your score. We'll be back in just a moment. Lower Merion trying to finish out now with 1:36 to go on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match, from first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Righty, here we are, 1:36 to go here in quarter number 4. Nate Lynn with a 30-yard run on 3rd and long, set up a short touchdown run a couple plays later. Lynn's first touchdown of the day has given Strath Haven a 55-6 lead here with just 96 ticks remaining on this fourth quarter clock. Steyer ready to kick it away one more time. End over end kick coming up, catching it on the fly is Burke at about the 25-yard line. Runs into a wall of white jerseys. That's Lynn driving him out of bounds. Lower Merion now with one more crack at it. And that should get the clock going here. There we go. 1:23 to go. See if Lower Merion can put something together here with maybe another 3 or 4 snaps, I would think. All right, here we go. Some substitutions now for Lower Merion. Isaac Ingram in at quarterback, joined by Kai Miller in the backfield. On 1st and 10, juggles the snap, and it's Miller looking for room on the stretch on that far side and running right into the arms of Landon Barlow at about the line of scrimmage. So no room and no gain for Miller. Brings up 2nd down and 10. So the Panthers move to 8-1. They have
9-0.
Sorry, 9-0. They will take on 8-1 Springfield. I was getting ahead of myself. Take on 8-1 Springfield next Friday night with the Central League title on the line. The Panthers have at least a share of it. They'd like to own it outright. And on 2nd and 10, this is Miller off the right side for another no gain on the play. Cole Haley in on the stop for the Panthers. And it looks like that, folks, will do it. Lower Merion not interested in snapping this again. They're going to put everybody at the midfield stripe and go shake hands on the end of Week 9 football here on havenfootball.net. Congratulations to Strath Haven, but more work to be done. They are at least co-champs of the Central League. They'd like to be standing alone at the top at this time next week. All right, we'll take a short time out, talk about a little bit more about next week for the Panthers and the Aces when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Duckling's Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within one block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Ardmore. Strath Haven 55, Lower Merion 6, and the 12th man belting it out over there with the football team joining them for the alma mater upcoming here in just a moment, and one of our favorite parts of the day. Just a tremendous tradition here for the football team and the band, showing some unity here and support of one another. As the Panthers have grabbed their 14th Central League title today, at the very least they will share it. At most and at best, they will have it all by themselves with a win over Springfield. But, Pete, that's not going to be as easy as what we saw this week. I'm quite sure of that, as Springfield brings a lot of talent and some good size to George L. King Field next week. Yeah, next Friday night will be a big night to see what happens there. But we have to face Strath Haven's had a great season so far.
they finished this area the last 2 or 3 games with some weaker opponents, but now the competition will definitely step up with Springfield, and then once the playoffs start, you'll be playing somebody very good. So we'll see how good they go. So far, so good, and I think they're primed and ready and healthy for a good run here right through November, don't you?
I would hope so. Let's hope they're playing well into November and maybe beyond, as they did a year ago, reaching the state semifinals after their District 1 title in a win over Chester. But we'll worry about next week, as Coach Clancy likes to say, 1 week at a time, and no week will be bigger than Week 10 in the Central League as Springfield visits George L. King Fields for a 7 o'clock kickoff next week. Coach Clancy will walk onto the field next week with 299 wins at Strath Haven under his belt. Wouldn't it be nice to pick up 300 and an undefeated regular season for the Panthers' longtime head coach and longtime staff who've been with him for most of that tenure? So it's been a lot of fun watching that for many, many years now on havenfootball.net and prior. And so, hey, it's been great. So I will, be excited to see what happens over the next several weeks. I will get to as many games as I can. I'm hoping that, there may be some scheduling tweaks that allow me to be here for some of these. But, I'll be watching some other Central League teams as well in the weeks ahead. But Andrew, Pete, and Mike, you guys are going to have a lot of fun next Friday night.
Yes, we will. It'll be an exciting night. It'll be a big crowd. It should be a loud crowd with a lot of local coverage, and can't wait till next Friday night.
Indeed. So thank you again to Bill and to Dean for tremendous camera work as always. And thanks again to Mike Mayer for doing all of the play of the game and everything else on the website. Andrew Kaufman for the stats. They'll be posted in the next day or so. And everything else he does during the broadcast to get us engineered and ready. For Pete Fulgenetti on the color commentary today, this is Brian Carroll signing off. One more time, Strath Haven 55, Lower Merion 6. Good afternoon, everybody, and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.